Have you ever had someone in your life who seems to know exactly how to press your buttons, drain your energy, and make you question everything you thought was true? Narcissists have a twisted way of turning your world upside down, all while hiding behind a charming, charismatic mask. But here's the game changer. What if I told you there's a way to not only outsmart them, but absolutely crush their manipulative tactics? Get ready, because we're about to dive into some jaw-dropping strategies that will help you stop just surviving and start thriving in the chaos narcissists create. Stick around till the end of this discussion. Trust me, the final tactic will blow your mind. And hey, if you're ready to take back your power, don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with someone who might need it. The more of us who break free from this toxic grip, the better. Let's dive right in. Narcissists are masters of illusion, adept at manipulation, gaslighting, and control. They reel you in with charm, then trap you with venomous tactics. They specialize in delivering underhanded insults, sowing confusion, and craving constant attention. Despite their outward confidence at the core, they're terrified of losing control. If you want to regain your power, you need to outsmart them with strategies that dismantle their influence and shake their inflated sense of superiority. One powerhouse strategy is the gray rock method. It's deceptively simple, yet incredibly effective in throwing a narcissist off balance. When they hit you with belittling remarks or demand constant validation, don't engage emotionally. Instead, respond with cold, calculated indifference. Become as emotionally uninteresting as a gray rock. Why? Because narcissists feed off emotional responses. When you refuse to give them that fuel, they're left scrambling, searching for a reaction that's never coming. The less you engage, the less power they have over you. It's a form of silent resistance that leaves them baffled, unsure of how to maintain control. No drama, no emotional reactions, just pure composure. And trust me, this tactic leaves them powerless, flailing to provoke a response. Now let's layer on another tactic, setting firm boundaries and sticking to them. This may sound like basic advice, but when you're dealing with a narcissist who constantly tests your limits, it's anything but easy. They will push, prod, and bulldoze your personal boundaries, demanding your time, attention, and emotional energy. The key here is unapologetic self-assertion. When you say no, mean it. No guilt, no hesitation. No isn't just a word, it's a declaration. Narcissists will try to guilt trip you, twist your emotions, and make you feel selfish for standing up for yourself. But when you stand firm and refuse to explain or apologize, you send a powerful message. You don't control me. Over time, this consistency will leave them frustrated and scrambling, realizing they can no longer dictate the terms of the relationship. And the more you enforce those boundaries, the more you'll feel empowered. Narcissists can't control what they can't manipulate. Here's where it gets interesting. The third strategy is almost a subtle art. Narcissists can't help but talk about themselves. They need constant validation, like air to breathe. Instead of feeding into their endless self-promotion, try redirecting the conversation. When they boast about their latest accomplishment, respond with a disinterested, "Oh, that's nice," and then casually shift the topic to something neutral. You're not being rude, but you're also not giving them the attention they desperately crave. Over time, this subtle shift in focus will frustrate them, as their need for admiration will go unfulfilled. It's a small change, but it can make a big impact on how they view you. They'll realize you're not as interested in their inflated ego as they thought, and that makes you less of a target for their manipulations. Now let's talk about something a little more bold, exposing their behavior. Narcissists love to cultivate a narrative that paints them as either a victim or a hero, always casting others in a negative light. They thrive in secrecy, manipulating the story to keep themselves in control. But when you calmly, confidently call out their manipulative behavior in front of others, you disrupt their carefully constructed facade. The key: stay composed. Avoid emotional outbursts or accusations. Instead, stick to the facts. Give clear examples of their manipulative tactics. Publicly exposing them forces them to scramble, losing the power they once had to control the narrative. And if you can keep your cool, you'll put a crack in the image they've worked so hard to build. It's one of the most effective ways to send them reeling, and it can make them think twice before trying to manipulate you again. And here's the most powerful tactic of all: walking away. At first glance, this might seem like a simple, almost passive choice, but it's actually the ultimate power move. Narcissists crave control, and by walking away, whether physically or emotionally, you're stripping them of that control. This is especially potent when you go no contact, or when you drastically reduce your interactions. Emotional and mental detachment are just as important as physical distance. Walking away isn't just about leaving a conversation or situation. It's about reclaiming your autonomy, taking back your space, and denying them the power they need to manipulate you. Narcissists expect you to keep coming back, to fall into their web of guilt and manipulation. But by detaching emotionally, you stop feeding into their tactics. Walking away is one of the most empowering actions you can take, and it's a clear message that you refuse to play by their rules anymore. It's easy to think these strategies might seem harsh or extreme, but remember, they are meant to protect you. Narcissists can be exhausting, draining, and relentless in their pursuit of control. But by using these tactics, you stop feeding their need for power. Redirecting conversations, exposing their manipulations, and walking away all combine to break their hold on you. Each action makes it more difficult for them to maintain their facade and helps you regain control over your life. The ultimate goal isn't to win in the traditional sense. It's about preserving your mental health and well-being. Narcissists can be relentless, but by employing these strategies, you put yourself back in the driver's seat. You stop letting their behavior define you. You stop letting them dictate your emotions. When you stand your ground, refuse to engage, and live life on your own terms, you take back your power. Thank you for sticking with me through this discussion. If this content resonated with you, don't forget to hit subscribe, give it a like, and share it with someone who might need a little extra strength in dealing with a narcissist. Together, we can help more people break free from toxic manipulation. Stay strong, take care, and always remember, you have the power to choose your life. Don't let anyone take that from you.